All right, we are live in the crypt once again. A Scarefest night, one of my favorite nights. Always a Scarefest night is always a fun night, and we got a really good show tonight. Our friend Beatrice Buckley was actually going to surprise me. We're going to turn into a DK and the Bees horror buzz, but she's filming this weekend. It's late night, but once again, we got a really cool show. We might drop some hints about some upcoming things. A lot to talk about with Adrienne, a lot to talk about with Joe about Scarefest, Joe's appearance, all the stuff he's got going. We're going to show a few quick pieces here. I got these in today from my good friend Lonnie McCullum from Graven Images, him and Jessica McCullum. You know, we got Big Chap here. It's not the Alien Warrior, Carl Tubes, but I really like the Big Chap he did. And also, we got the clicker from Last of Us. This piece is really sweet. The details awesome. Love these pieces. Got a couple of them. Got a whole bunch of stuff for this convention coming up that we might touch on further. That's coming in a few weeks, but we're not going to talk about it right now because tonight we're talking about Scarefest. So we're going to start off with the lady who really makes everything roll, along with Brandon Griffith and his wife Nicole Griffith. Everybody who's been to Scarefest or knows Scarefest knows really this face of Scarefest. The lovely, the beautiful, the talented Adrienne Deakins Elder. Thank you so much. I know how busy you get, and you always come on whenever I ask, or if you can. And I know it was football night for you, and I know that was a big problem. And
No, that is okay. Anytime. Thank you so much for having me. I love coming on and talking about the show.
Well, I feel special that I was able to break you away from football that we didn't realize. Like I'm so far behind in football now. Like I was telling you guys before the show, you and Joe, I used to be fantasy football, like on the computer studying everything, and now I don't know.
Yep.
I'm so busy with this horror stuff. The
It
conventions like
takes over your
Scarefest.
life, man. It
It
does.
does.
I can catch a couple games at the beginning of September, and then I don't really get to watch again until November. So
Well, we got some great people now. Our dear friend Beatrice, I was saying she really wanted to pop in. It almost became a DK and the B show tonight, but she's
yeah.
filming this weekend. She's been acting up a storm, acting crazy. That lady. Now she's acting, doing her thing, and she's on the East Coast, so like you are. But 10:30 for her is a late night, especially with filming
Sure.
this weekend. But she wanted to say hi to us and wish us the best. Tony Toth is here. Adam Newsom. Have Cheeto View, Barb here, Barb Beasy. I can't pronounce that kind of letters and that kind of word. Adam Newsom. Adam, I actually need to talk to you. I've talked to you with Joe about you. We're hoping to get you down for at least a day to hang out with us. I'll touch on that further with you. But Adrienne, you've been a busy lady. I mean, other than football, a busy lady. I don't know how you have time.
It's been a juggling act, and I am here to tell you all about it tonight.
Oh, I can only imagine. And we got so much to touch on. And I know how excited, like, I feel really honored because you guys have always been amazing to me. And you know how much I love you guys at Scarefest. You guys have been nothing but amazing to me. And it was great introducing you to Joe. And it seems like how excited you guys are to have Joe, how excited Joe
Yes,
is.
I can't thank you enough for that. I'm really excited to do the show with him tonight.
Well, I'm honored. And we had them on before with Ken, and they were both on a half-hour time limit. So this is going to give us a little bit more time to shine with
Yeah,
Joe, especially since he's going to be hanging out the table quite a bit. But he's got a lot of plans at Scarefest
he
too, which I'm
does. A
excited
man
for.
about town, man.
Well, I really want to see this man blow up. And should we just bring him up?
That we
Give
should.
him the give him the round of
Yeah,
applause since we're talking about him. And
yeah.
we'll talk smack about him when he's up here. But ladies and gentlemen, an SFX beast, my favorite SFX guy out there right now, director, producer, you name it. This guy is awesome, and it's a huge honor for me to share a table with him, Mr. Joe Castro. The man, I'm telling you, talking to Joe gets me so excited because he's so excited about this event and all the stuff he's looking forward to contributing with his Scarefest, the fans. Like he's got the fans in mind, and I love that about Joe. It's like but the fans are going to really like this. I want to do something where the fans are going to want pictures. I want the fans. When I hear that, that's what I love to hear from somebody. And Joe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Hey, everyone. How's it going? How's it going, John? How's it going, Adrienne? I am so grateful and honored to be here tonight. Yes. Yeah.
I'm grateful too. You've been on beast mode filming and working with some of my good friends as well. And that's really cool to see. I love that it's a big indie community family. And it's really great to watch what you do on some of these films. It's amazing, dude. It's amazing.
Well, like I said, I'm like the target audience of these actual conventions, and then I get to be in the convention now. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm just a kid in a candy store. I was talking to Ken last night about a project he has coming. I really can't talk about it in detail, but I hope to work with Ken soon in the near future. He's a great guy. I've worked with him before on a film, and just being surrounded by people that love this as much as I love it. I mean, that's what it's all about. Like you could put like, you don't even have to have a convention. If you just put horror people in a room together, at a table, that is a convention. We just sit there and talk for hours about horror. You don't even need a rhyme or reason, right? We just go at it. Yeah.
All bells and whistles are just extra frivolous, unnecessary.
That's right. Somewhere someone got a whole bunch of horror people together and they were like hanging out and they were like, we should do this all the time and then charge money for it.
But you get a great group of minds together and they're starting to talk. It almost makes a movie by the time you're done with the conversation, or maybe 5 movies. But also you were saying Ken, and everybody knows Ken Sago's Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and 4. I'm sure that's who you're talking about, who's also at Scarefest along with some amazing Nightmare on Elm Street cast.
Yeah, every time I see you guys make a post about who's coming to the convention, I'm like, oh wait, they're gonna be there too. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should make it, maybe I should make the thing like this, or maybe I should make it like, that's one thing about being an artist is like, if you don't have, that's why I really like working with directors, because they direct me to do what's necessary for the film. Because if you get an artist like free range to do whatever, it's like asking someone to make their favorite pizza, but you give them all they don't know what not to put on it. Like they put everything on it. So it's kind of difficult sometimes to like rein in and pull back whenever you have to make something.
Yeah, it's like you were saying earlier, like kid in a candy store. It's like, I need somebody to tell me I need an adult.
Yes. I need an adult to give me some direction to do. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that all the time. And it's like a lot of times I'm looking around and I'm like, oh no, I am the adult. It's me.
Yeah.
Who put me in charge? What are you all thinking? Brandon, talking about you, homie.
Yeah, and you just gave a big piece of information that I know will be important for the fans. The line will be inside this year.
Yes.
And people can use the bathrooms and everything, and that's a huge deal, I'm sure.
Yeah, and there's so much that we can talk about with Scarefest, and we can hit the highlights. I know there's a lot of people that are in the chat that are like our A team, right? Our all-stars. They listen to all the information we put out. They're phenomenal in the group. They give people guidance. But we do have some really important dates coming up where we're going to have dedicated blocks to talk about some things. This Friday, September the 5th, we're going to be doing a Scarefest TV Council episode where that's going to be me, Brandon, and Wes covering a ton of information. We are going to have a Scarefest TV episode on the 12th where we specifically cover Robert Englund's line building. Any information pertaining to Robert Englund that we have, we're going to release on the 12th. And then on the 19th of September, we are going to be doing a general line building Scarefest TV where we tell people exactly how the line's going to work, how the ticket office is going to work, where you can go, where you can't go, all of those things. So we've got, some concentrated informational episodes coming up. So I'm not going to talk about the things that we're going to cover in those episodes because they're going to be coming out soon. So we can talk about other cool things on here that don't get a ton of, screen time, because when you are promoting a show. There are so many different facets to the show, and some of those are contracted in. Some of those have financial implications. You have to get those events out there. If they're ticketed events, if they're photo ops, if you've got people coming in and they're doing, you know, certain things to guarantee that they make money, those are the things that get a lot of the limelight, obviously. But we have so many things at Scarefest that are low or no cost for the participants. That those are the things that I really want to talk about. They're getting a special place on the website this year. That was something we really lacked last year. So yeah, that's kind of some of the information I would like to talk about, you know, tonight.
Well, we want to hear all about it. And that is really cool that you get a little bit of, because you guys got such a format. And, you know, I have no format. It's like, all right, well, let's come on, let's hang out and give you a chance to kind of spit out, because you're already a seasoned vet with Robert Englund and his line. So I can only imagine what you've added to it. I know he's even used it. So you'll have all that information for everybody, because I know everybody's concerned with Robert and getting their autographs and everything, but you got the plan for that. You're going to let everybody know. So it'll give us a chance to talk about some of these, you know, amazing, you know, things that you guys have to offer that don't cost money, like you said. Yes. And then some amazing vendors too. I mean, every year, some of the best vendors out there.
I couldn't agree more. Absolutely. And, you know, let's see. So we have right now live on the Scarefest website, we've got a tab at the top of the page called sponsors. And on that sponsors page, there are a ton of different categories. There's our sponsoring vendors, our featured vendors. We have our hospitality vendors on there, hospitality sponsors. And then we also have like our show partners. And that this page is still work in progress. We try to like do the graphics as we can. I'm not going to slip up and drop a hint. Chris, you know better. I am a steel trap. But yeah, so the sponsors page is a really great place to go on and check out some of the vendors that are on there, the hospitality vendors sponsors. I don't want to keep saying that we have that really fuel our team for the weekend. So we have some great local partnerships in Lexington, and they help us feed our staff, which is very important because we would all fall out. We don't need to be fainting all over the place. So, you know, when you're in town, if you have a chance, you're hungry, you know, visit one of our sponsors. The addresses are on the locations there. And then, you know, our partner sponsors, we really appreciate all the great collaborations that we get to do at the show. You know, I really can't say enough how much we appreciate everybody in the community that comes together to build this event, because it's mind-boggling how much goes into it.
And the crowds are just awesome that you guys bring in and year out. It becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you guys got a huge building, but it's amazing that you guys can draw so many people. But it's not surprising either, because you touch so much. Like Joe was saying, I didn't realize this person's here, this person's here, this person's here. And yeah, there's some great ones. I know you guys got more coming too, that, you know, is just going to make it really, really hard. I know there's a big announcement for me. I'll just leave it at that, for Doomsday's Krypt, that we're actually going to be adding to the table. That I'm excited when that gets announced. Like, I'm really excited for that one, because it's a big deal. And I think it's a big deal for the fans, along with Joe sitting with me. I think it's going to be a really, really special area. I mean, the whole event's going to be special. I mean, the tattoo artists, the vendors, like we said, the guests. I mean, you've got some new.
Yeah, no, totally. I think that, you know, and to kind of loop back around, you know, like specifically one of the things that I want to talk about is for the last couple of years, Rob Whalen, and I don't know if Rob is in the chat. I haven't seen him pop up, but when Rob first reached out to me about coming to Scarefest and doing like special effects classes, you know, at the show, he was basically like, listen, I love doing this and I don't want anything from you. I just want to offer these classes. Let me do it. And I was like, well, hell yeah, man. Of course I'm going to go for that. Like, anything that we can do. And he was like, yeah, most shows, like, they can't afford to rent a dedicated space, or they can't do this, they can't do that. And it's true. A lot of events, there are some fantastic events out there. The Scarefest team, me, Brandon, Wes, Nicole, we all go to events all the time. Like, we love it. We love interacting in the community. But a lot of events, you really have to weigh, like, the things that you bring in, the people that you bring in, what you can support financially, because everything costs money. And, so this year is Rob's third year doing the special effects stuff. And basically, I kind of, sorry, Joe, I just kind of turned Rob loose on Joe. And I was like, hey, you have some really great ideas. Why don't you and Joe talk about it? Because me being in the middle of this, I'm just going to screw something up because I have no idea what I'm talking about. and they sent over like just an unbelievable lineup of special effects things for the entire weekend. It's 6 classes that are going to be happening. And we just recently, I don't want to screw this up. Let me look. We just put out the schedule for it. The graphic turned out awesome. I was looking for some cool work, of everything that Joe does is cool, but I wanted to find like a cool photo to use, and I sent Adam Cruz has been helping us with our graphics, and I sent him a couple of options, and he was like, this is the one, and he made this super cool schedule on here. So yeah, they're gonna do two on Friday. Joe's gonna do a special effects in micro budget films, which I would love to have you expand on that a little bit, because that seems like really specific, but also, like it could appeal to a lot of folks. So what exactly is that?
That's a great question. The special effects micro budget panel is going to be, is that what we're discussing on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the special micro budget panel. It's going to be basically, taking your micro budget film and giving it a mega budget look.
Love it.
So yes, everybody knows how to do micro budget things, but let's take a look at it from somebody else's point of view. Maybe someone that likes to watch films. They don't care if you spent $2 or $200 million. They just want to see a great film. How do you take your movie to the next level without spending a whole bunch of money?
That's awesome.
Yeah. What can we do to really bring about more bang for your buck when you're making a micro budget movie?
That is so cool. And I wish I have some creativity. I have like 3 brain cells that are creative, but like trying to get them all together to come up with something is a really, I am a spreadsheets, administrative, logistic, mathematical person. So, the other day, I reached out to Joe. Brandon had a request for a photo op, and he needed a severed head. And I was like, hey, Joe, because as soon as Brandon was like, I need a severed head, I was like, oh my God, Joe Castro. And he was like, can you message Joe Castro for me? So it was perfect. And I think of you when I think of severed heads, but the work you do is just mind blowing. It looks so real, and I'm shocked you can post them on Facebook. Like, do you have a lot of issues with your stuff getting censored?
That's a good question. I think that there are times when it's censored, and and of course I want everybody to see them. So I have to at this point, after posting so much on Facebook and having it be censored, at this point it's just a compliment. I just got to take it as a compliment that
that's right. Absolutely.
And go from there. But I used to have to preface my post by saying, this is art. That's for the first sentence in bold, like all caps. This is art. I apologize if it's too graphic for you, but it's meant to be art, and go from there,
That's amazing.
But, yeah.
Very cool. So yeah, that Friday we've got the intro to prosthetic makeup. We've got the special effects on micro budget, and then Saturday there's 3 on Saturday. There's an intermediate prosthetics makeup, a face casting, and then a zombie makeup demo with Joe Castro. So that one seems like it'll be pretty cool. Are you thinking you might pick like someone in the class? Do you already have like a model lined up? What are you thinking for that?
So I know that I know there's those 3 classes that I'm doing with Rob, and I'm going to poke my head in for the first 2, I believe, at some point. And I'm also going to be at John's table, which is 7:15, 7:10, 7:15, 7:10. What's the table, John?
Oh, I think it's 7:15. It's
7:15.
one of the end tables at the end of Celebrity
table
Row.
7:15. I'm going to start there, and it'll probably be a 1 or 2 hour thing. I'm going to do there probably around 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to do a zombie. I'm going to do something at John's table, and then I'm going to step in and over to the class. I'm going to bring over my prosthetic work to the class at some point and show them what I'm doing there, and then I'll be there with Rob for the next 2 classes, and then after that, I'm going to do a full, basically, I call it my Italian zombie makeover. And what it is I'm going to do a full body zombie creation in the class. I believe it's from 5 to 6 or 6 to 7.
Yeah.
I
was just looking at that. That is from 6 to 7 on Saturday.
And yes, I'm probably going to pull an innocent victim from the audience if we can't find anybody. Pull an innocent
Well, this is
victim.
the guy I was telling you about is right here. This is the guy I told you.
This is Adam. Well, yeah. I'm going to do Adam at your table, and then I'm going to walk Adam over to the class and give everybody an idea of what we did from the class, and give everybody kind of a little inspiration over there.
Very cool.
Back over, and then I'll go back to the class, and then I'm gonna do this big zombie makeover. And basically, the reason why the zombie makeover is so great is because it's going to be like a zombie from the actual Italian movies that we grew up loving from the 70s and 80s. It's going to be using the same materials that they used to use to make zombies back in the 70s and 80s. So it's going to be like household products that anybody can acquire. I'm going to do a full zombie makeup. You see how that works? Anybody's going to be able to do it at home, and it's going to be so fun and amazing. And if you have a creative mind, this is just going to make your mind go, because you'll be able to see like little tools and techniques and things that you can do yourself that you never even conceived that were at your disposal to like make zombies out of.
That is amazing. Now, it's going to take me a minute to find the photo, but
it's one of my favorite things in the world to do, creating special effects out of common household products.
You're going to love this. So years and years ago, when Scarefest was young, let me see if I can find, my thumb's getting tired scrolling down through here. Here we go. So this was back in 2011. So 14 years ago, we had George Romero at Scarefest, and we were doing a zombie makeup contest, and I can't remember what the prize was, but one of my friends was really into like learning and doing the makeup and like latex and stuff, but she needed a model. So even though I was with Scarefest, I wasn't the one entering to win the prize, but I got to be the model for her. So here is my look.
Wonderful.
And what's really cool is here on my neck. So we took a bendy straw, and we put it under some latex and some toilet paper and layered it up to make it look like, flesh coming off. And then in the bendy straw, we filled it up with blood. So it held the blood in there. So when I moved, the blood would ooze out of the wound.
Nice.
And it was really cool. So, and then she used like the latex. So I had this like big, syringe sticking right out of my chest, and it was a lot of fun. Now, the stuff she used on my forehead, it was like clear fingernail polish, so it like drew my skin up really, really, really tight and actually made it look like I had a huge gash, and it was the weirdest feeling. And I'm also allergic to latex, so this was not fun.
Oh yeah, okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I'll have to ask whatever model we get if they have any latex allergies and this sort of thing. But it's going to be not for the squeamish. How about that?
No, I'm so excited. Yeah. So excited to see that.
I'll bring a tarp. I'm going to bring a tarp and a 5-gallon bucket.
Yes, and that's another thing we've got to think about for your all's classroom, because last year with Oh, that's so cool.
That's David Sheridan right there.
Yeah, here. I actually had it pulled up, and then I see Dave's here, and that's one of my favorite pieces you've done.
This is one talented young man who is an amazing individual. I love working with this guy, Dave Sheridan, and I hope he makes it over to Scarefest. Come on out, Dave. Come over to Scarefest. Come be the model. Come be the zombie model.
That would be really cool. Dave. I've gotten to meet Dave a few times, and one of the coolest people that I ever get to meet at or run into at any convention. One of the nicest guys out there. Hilarious guy too.
Yeah, he's definitely on the top of my list of people I enjoy working with. Yeah,
I can believe it. Yeah, he's a down to earth, cool dude for sure. I know my parents like him a lot too.
I think I might be making a live cast of Rob's face at some point on that day. I think that might be happening.
Heck yes.
I think it might be happening. I need to go into a little further detail with Rob about that. And I think that's happening at 3 to 5.
Face casting is
3 to
going
5.
to be 3 to 5. Yep.
3 to 5. 3 to 5.
And then Sunday is Kids Day, so we definitely have some cool things going on Sunday for kids. We've got a children's makeup class, which I've heard the past couple of years some kids really enjoyed that. Like they get like a little wound or something they get to do, and then. The other thing on Sunday is the advanced makeup and prosthetics class. Now, this is big league stuff. This one is actually ticketed, but it's really just to recover the cost of your all's materials. And the attendees, they get to keep the kits, right? Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
So that'll be really cool. And
yeah, I'm bringing along a couple of things to throw into their kits as well. Yeah,
awesome.
Some special little things that they get to use and
cool.
Put in their kit. The advanced class is going to be basically you're going to be learning stuff that is basically that's just not really talked about. Like some really cool little techniques that I just use every day that you wouldn't necessarily be able to like learn online because they're just like my own secret little recipes and this and that kind of thing. So hopefully we'll get a nice turnout for that. And but definitely for people that are really creative and or just want to see what it's all about and maybe spark, light a fire in you to like do the thing that you always wanted to do. That's what this class is all about. You don't have to be like super talented or super professional.
Yeah.
Because you may learn something about yourself that you never knew. You may learn that you do have some skills in areas that you never even thought about, or you might find out that that you're really good at what you're doing, and you need to keep going. But either way, this is definitely a class for creative types, for people that enjoy being super creative without any sort of like bounds or limits.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things, I guess, because this class is really limited. I think there's only like 15 spots in this class.
Okay.
But one of the things that I need to look at, because it's a time commitment, I know that. But the people that are going to be there all weekend, listen, guys, if you're into, if you see this work and you think, wow, that's incredible, I'd love to get to this level. This is a really great opportunity. What Sunday of the year can you get into a class with the man himself, right? So if you're thinking about it, go ahead, pick up one of those tickets because they are really limited. And then, if we do sell out those spots relatively soon, maybe we can convince Rob to add a couple more. But, it is, look at that. That's so cool.
It's so real. And I got to touch on this though, Joe, because I deal with a lot of artists and I totally understand. A lot of them don't like to give away their tips and tricks. The fact that you're willing to sit down and at your level of, it's just beyond normal levels. I mean, you're a superstar at what you do. To share that information, that's a big deal. It really is. Like a lot of people might not think about it, but when an artist is willing to show little tricks and things that they've learned on their own and discovered how to do, that's a big deal.
Well, I learned from others and I know what it means to give back. Also, I'm constantly learning and teaching myself new things. So even if I like give away, some secrets now, a year from now, I'm going to have a whole new box of toys and tools that I'm going to be implementing to new things, because I don't ever want to be a one joke, a one trick pony, right? I want to learn something new, because everybody else is they're going to figure it out. If you're a real artist, you're going to figure out what it is you want to do. It's time to move on to something else. I want to keep reinventing myself as I go along, and the only way to keep it is to give it away. Only way to keep the learn process is to give it away.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, you can't be terrified of sharing in this world. You can't be. That's not what this world is about.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a wonderful way to look at it. And I think that it's so inspiring, because one of the other things that, we don't get to talk about a ton, like obviously our guests and the flashy, like the headlines, the cool franchise reunions, all of these things people love, and it sells tickets. We have to do it to keep the lights on. We love that. There's also other, our film festival, right? We bring in this whole community of like indie filmmakers and really creative folks that are out here and they're making these projects, and some of them are phenomenal, and they come to Scarefest, right? And giving people a platform, like you were saying, have a room with a table and let some horror fans in there to talk to each other. This is such a great convergence of all the different aspects that make the horror community and continue to create this content. And we're putting all of you in a room together and like shaking it up and throwing some like fake blood in there and some latex and some makeup brushes, and we're like, here you go, have fun, see what you guys can cook up. And then the next thing there's 6 of you and you're working on the next thing that's going to be a legendary film for the next 50 years.
That would be amazing. Yeah. Now most people don't realize that this is my first time at Scarefest.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome.
How many people attend this event? About how many people attend this event?
So last year we had around 35,000 people throughout the weekend. And I don't know. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, and like John was saying earlier, we keep getting bigger and bigger, but there is a method to the madness, and we do try to keep a balance and in all things that we do. Brandon might go a little crazy with some of the the bookings, which thanks Brandon, definitely keeping the ulcer medication on back order, but we are going to be adding a whole other floor to the center this year. Like, well, we didn't have it built or anything, but we're going to be utilizing the first floor of the convention center, so we have more room to spread out. And of course, we just keep spreading and growing, and we have more things to do, but we have more space for people to go. We have more variety of things for people to do. So it's not just come in, get this autograph and leave. Like, you have to go through a sea of amazing vendors. We have some really, really talented folks in the ranks. We've got people that bring in, like, earlier we were talking before the show, and I don't know if we want to get into this on the air right now, but definitely it's part of the conversation with vendors. We have some artists that, they can't make it to shows for whatever reason. Maybe they live out of the country, or, but we have people that bring in, different works from people's and have them, at their booth so that we can shop them. You've got all of the vendors, you have all of these great classes, you've got the film festival, panels, speakers, sessions go all weekend long. And oh man, what else? There's a whole tattoo festival going on inside the convention now. So like, you can go get a tattoo and you can win some trophies for getting an awesome tattoo at the show. There's just so many people that are, going to be there from all different parts of the community that just gets me.
One of the things I wanted to touch on, I believe I overheard you hearing, especially with the additional space, there's going to be more seating. So when people get a little tired,
yes,
place to relax. And that's a big deal at a con, because I know how tiring it could be. And there's a lot of walking. To have that little spot that you can go sit, relax for a little bit, I think that's awesome. You're opening up.
Yeah, and so this year we've got adding in the first floor. We have all of the ballroom space on the first floor. So we have all of the convention center now, all 3 levels, top to bottom. So it's like 200,000 square feet, which is, you know, a lot of space. We're all going to get our steps in this year. Chairfest. Jesus Christ, Katie. Don't tell Wes. He gets so excited talking about chairs. But on the first level, we're going to have our photo ops. Last year, photo ops were a little. Give me a shout, Joe. I might make the Scarefest. Awesome.
Come on. You and Brittany come out to Scarefest 2025. Yeah, I'll call you for sure.
Everybody loves Dave.
So we've got the panels are going to be on the first floor. The panel room this year has over 700 seats in the audience. So it's going to be a huge panel room. And I have no doubt that with some of the awesome panels that we have coming out this year, that we're going to have a couple of panels that will be standing room only. And another thing, which hopefully I'll be posting tomorrow, fingers crossed, we are teaming up with some of our artists that come to Scarefest. Right now, we've got Jason Shepard Artworks and Terrence Muncie have created some limited prints for us. They're going to be like 11 by 17 prints. And the first X number of people that come in for the panels are going to get a print for free. And you can only get them at the panels. That's the only place you can get them. So that'll be another cool collector's thing, kind of like the trading cards that we're going to be doing this year. And in addition to that, the trading cards, this will be our 4th year. Terrence Muncie has done our Scarefest trading cards. And we're doing things a little differently this year. So year 1, we had 24 cards in the series. Year 2 and 3, I think there were 36 cards. This year, there's 180, I think, because they took the trading cards and they're turning it into Terrence Muncie and Jeff Ignatowski have teamed up to make a game, a playable card game with these Scarefest trading cards. But, you know, it's free. The cards are hidden all over the convention. Certain cards you can only get from certain vendors or, you know, certain places in the building. But you have to go around to the different places and collect, you know, the cards. So that's really exciting. And we're so happy that Terrence has done that. And, you know, that Jeff has stepped in to help make this a really cool game for people. And, because we have grown so exponentially over the last few years, we have ordered some of the series 1, 2, and 3 cards, and we're going to be selling sets of them. So we got some, which I ordered some of these to make sure they would fit our needs, but we're going to put some cool, like there'll be a sticker on the front here, and then the trading cards will be in cases like this, and you can buy series 1, 2, and 3. We'll probably do some pre-orders, but, you know, we'll have some at the merch booth too. If people want to, you know, if you're just now learning about Scarefest, we don't want to penalize you that you couldn't get the first series of cards for the game.
I may not be at my table very often. I might be around looking at cards. Those things are cool.
It can be really addictive. And, you know, we're going to have a lot of seating in the front. When you first come into the convention in the main entrance, directly in front of you, all the way against the opposite wall in that front corner, there's going to be a lot of seating up there. The Lexington Gaming Association are going to bring in an awesome library of board games. And people will be able to come in and sit down, take a load off if they want to play a game, if they want to try a new game. And then we'll be doing some trading card stuff. So like if you get some extras and you want to trade for maybe one you don't have. And Katie Followell, I don't know if we've lost her to bedtime or not, but Katie was in here. Let's see.
She's still here.
Okay.
Oh, that's Christy. I saw Katie though.
Katie's in here. She was just talking about being a goblin. Katie is a Swiftie. She's a Taylor Swift fan, and a few years ago, she started the friendship bracelet trading for Scarefest that they do at a lot of Taylor Swift concerts. And this has just, grown exponentially. Oh, hi, honey. Yes, she's still here. Oh, hey, Ruth. So we're going to have some trading some friendship bracelet trading going on too. And that also has kind of grown. So some people make magnets, they make keychains, all sorts of like little trinkets you can kind of swap and trade. So it's fun.
That's really cool. I mean, I love all the stuff that you guys add with the artists. I love how you guys, like, one of the big things about Scarefest, and like you touched on, you love all the guests, and everybody loves the guests. You have to have them. But I know you, Brandon, all you guys are such big fans, like the SFX with Joe and all the vendors, and the way you support the artists and all these other people that, myself, you guys have been amazing too. So it goes a long way, especially being as big of an event as you are. And the support you guys also bring, not just to the vendors and other conventions as well. Like, you guys support all over, and I think that's what really makes it special. And I think that's what draws in people too, year after year, because they know what you guys do.
I think it's really important. And, Brandon and I have talked about this a lot before. And you kind of touched on it earlier, Joe, when you were talking about like, that sharing like your knowledge and your growth with other artists. And I never mean to say like, I know everything there is to know about conventions. I don't ever feel that way. I am in a constant state of learning and evolving. I do have 17 years of experience under my belt with getting my ass handed to me in certain situations. So I've been approached, several times by people to do some consulting, people that want to start events, people that maybe they've done 1 year of an event and they're like, man, this is nothing like I thought it was. Like, how do you do all of these things? Because we have a relatively small group, that puts on Scarefest.
It's important. You may not know everything of what to do, but you definitely know what not to do, right?
That's exactly right. Yes.
That's so important. It's so important in almost every profession, but yeah, no, it's so important. And I mean, I've got 40 years in the business. I absolutely know what not to do,
Yeah, that's right. And, so there are some things, and, so one of the things that we have been doing, really concentrating on the last few years is we go to other events. We make ourselves visible in the community. We try to be as transparent as legally possible. Sometimes like contracts and things, you can't share certain details, but for the most part, you can talk to people and you can give them tips, because we're once a year. We have been once a year. In 2026, we got Spawn, baby. We're going 2 shows next year, which I'm very excited about. But, vendors, guests, attendees, like, they can't just do 1 show in the year. You have to have other events. You have to have variety. We can't be all over the place. We don't want to be all over the place. We've got our market. We're very comfortable. We love Lexington. Our Scare fam is like the best. And I might be a little bit biased, but it's awesome. And we want that for other people too. We want other people to grow their communities. We want other people to have good shows. We don't want an attendee like, maybe somebody goes to a first time show, the show bombs, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. And then that person's thinking, well, I'm never going to another event. Like, I just wasted hundreds of dollars on this. It was a terrible experience. We don't want that. High tides raise all boats. So it's really important to us. We're always trying to communicate with other promoters. We've got awesome friends with at CreepyCon. I love those guys, FrankenCon, and we're fostering other relationships with other cons too. And, making sure that, well, hey, maybe we couldn't get this guest this time, or maybe we can't get that guest next time. Like, trying to, talk to other people, and instead of, stepping on people's toes, you can work together and really create, a solid basis for everybody to be successful. And that's what we want to do. You know, we want everybody to have a great time and have good events. So yeah, that's kind of what sorry. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Well, but honestly, considering how big the event is, the complaints compared to people being thrilled is, the percentage is so small of complaints that I ever see. Now, there's always certain things you guys change the system around, but you guys fixed it quick. You get right on it. And once you're in that door, it's really good. And the way the space is laid out, it's huge, but it's not like I'm looking over here, I'm trying to find this. You're going to find everything. And it's such a great layout that you guys got there. I really love the layout.
I think we've landed on a solid. And I wanted to tell you all, your booth number is 701. You dyslexic. John's like, I think it's 710.
Well, my old number was easy to remember. It was 420.
420.
Yeah.
Blaze it.
And you know what? I'm gonna miss that area, but it was such an upgrade. Like when they're like, you guys, you want to maybe move me? Like, well, you're gonna try to move me from my favorite area? Yes, I'll move. Yeah, I'm good with that. That's fine.
I did not say toe biased, Katie. Calm down. So, okay, Joe, John, have you all ever heard of this band called Ghost?
Yes. I've heard of them. I don't know if I've actually heard their music. If I have, I wouldn't know.
Katie Followell has launched a campaign of epic proportions. She has created videos, pictures, posts. She has a video with a conspiracy board complete with red yarn. Yeah, that's them. And she has launched this to try to get Tobias Forge, the frontman of Ghost, to be a guest at Scarefest weekend. And it's working. I know it's working. She's making, screen froze for me. Yeah, that's awesome.
Joe's a big fan. You know what? He's got it right ready at that phone. Yes. He's like, yeah, let's bring him in too. Let him know Joe Castro wants him there, the legendary SFX guy.
Okay, so she is going around and she's got my grandmother listening to Ghost. I mean, this shit is personal, right? Like she is going around. So she created a fan meetup at Scarefest, which I'm all about. I love it. And I don't know. I think my mailman is in on it now. Like, I don't know who she's infiltrated, but it's everywhere. And she, she might be onto something here. That's true. Her fan meetup had more interactions online than Dragon Con's fan meetup for Ghost. So hopefully we can get some certain attention to this. Anybody has any contacts in the industry, calling in favors, because I know Katie is, but man, let me tell you what, if you ever need something done, you got to get this girl on your team, because she'll moving mountains.
Charlie Hustle.
Yes, she is. Everyone's in on it. But yeah, so I mean, it's great. What else do we want to talk about?
Oh, there's so much to talk about, really. With everything that you guys do, and we're close to an hour, and I know you skipped football, and
the game right before I came on, the game got delayed due to weather, and it looks like they're gonna get started. So listen.
So it worked out perfect. They knew
God was on my side tonight.
Coming
on. The game has been delayed the whole time we've been on here. So as soon as we're done, I'm going to go and watch the rest of the game.
Who needs halftime when you got, live in the Krypt with Scarefest and Joe Castro?
I know. Wrong. I mean, I can replay the game like that. That is just whenever. You all are my everything. So.
Well, you've been so awesome over the years. Fast friends, and like I said, I'm just so excited that Joe's going. I mean, and the excitement that you've had, Adrienne, about Joe going, it's really cool.
I'm super grateful to be invited into your
Joe, for sure.
I'm super grateful to be invited into your family at Scarefest. It's super awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely.
John reached out to me. Yeah, and you're not a cult. Oh, no. Well, then I'm disappointed a little bit.
Anybody offers you Kool-Aid.
No, like I said, yeah, I'm super grateful. I'm super excited, and I'm really looking forward to like bringing some super memorable event moments to the convention, like things that people will remember, and hopefully inspire someone to like really delve into the world of horror.
Absolutely. And another thing, so for everybody that's in the chat, again, a lot of the people that are in here right now are our OGs. They know this floor plan, they know the website better than me. They know updates before I know them when new photo ops get posted. But for the folks who may come back and watch this, one of the things I want to point out, when you come to Scarefest and you go into our main hall is 100,000 square foot room, and it's got hundreds of booths. If you go to scarefestweekend.com and you scroll down, you can see our floor plan, and it's an interactive floor plan. So on the left, you have all of the vendors that are going to be there, and then you have all of the booths. You can hover over a booth. You can see who's going to be there. A lot of them have put links to their websites and information in their vendor profiles. But when you walk in, there's only one landmark that you can see from any point in the room. There is one pillar that's 2/3 of the way down the room in the very middle of the room. And that pillar is going to be where our info booth is. It's going to have medical is going to be there. There's a lot of stuff that centers around this post. On either side of the post, flanking the entrance of Stars Row, is going to be Offbeat Horror on the left and Doomsday's Krypt on the right. That is the entrance to Stars Row. So as soon as you walk back through the middle aisle, the first thing that you are going to see when you walk up to Stars Row is you are going to see Doomsday's Krypt and Joe Castro. Bam, you cannot miss it right there in the front. So Joe's going to be doing some pretty awesome stuff all weekend long. He's going to split his time between the Doomsday's Krypt booth and the second floor in the classrooms. Lots of great opportunities. So make sure, if you have even slight interest in anything cool, if you're doing anything right with your life, you want to check out this booth. And there's more to come. What has he got there? My favorite. Oh shit.
He's going to his whole planet.
That's awesome.
I don't know if that even came through clear or not, but you should see my desk. My desk literally is covered in special effects stuff. I like live, breathe. I got this at a convention. This little skull. It's just this twisted.
Oh, that is so cool.
This young girl was making them, and she made these twisted, beautiful little skulls. I had to have them. I got one of these at a con. I have this wind-up chicken over here from Terror Tunes 4.
Oh, cool.
I got just everything. This right here, one of my favorite mentors got me this anatomy for anatomy, for sculpting. I just live, eat, and breathe special effects. And if you love special effects, come visit us at 701.
Speaking of Terror Tunes, you can find it on Tubi as well if you want to see some amazing work by Joe. Part 4's on there. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Part 4's on there. Yeah, Part 4's on there right now. Yeah,
great. I really loved it. It's got some great cast. Linnea Quigley, I believe.
Debbie Rochon, Bring Stevens, Billy Butler from Friday 13 Part 7, and the remake of Night of the Living Dead's in it. Oh, all the little penguins.
I have penguins on my desk. And
I have a cadaver thumb right here, a little piece of the cadaver thumb.
Yeah.
I have alcohol-based makeups on my desk, and an assortment of paintbrushes, and I believe I have some sculptors. I have some great sculpting tools here at my desk. My whole desk is just covered in makeup. So I have cans of spray paint over here. I got paint. I got this brand new little tool. I don't know when I'm going to use it, but I'm going to use this brand new little tool. Just
oh my gosh!
Like whenever you have a mold, a mold and you can't see in the mold, you can put this in the mold.
You said a mole that you can't see.
A mold. Like a special effects mold, and you can't see inside the mold, like around the corner, like in the chin. So I can take this thing and put it down and make sure the latex got down in it. So I live, eat, and breathe this stuff. I
would not. dude, if I had that tiny little mirror, I would be a terror with it. Yeah, you would.
You can look around the corner. You can look. You can look around the corner or something, and no one
under
even know you're coming. Well, no one even would know you were coming.
So one of the questions in the chat, somebody said, let's see, what does he sell? I don't know who they were talking about. Okay.
I'm guessing we got a lot of night. I mean, this is just some of the stuff: skateboard decks, dios. I was showing the clicker that we got. I mean, I work with a lot of different artists, and we're also moving into film production next year. Really want to get that going, and a lot of really cool things for the horror community that we got in mind. I do a show with Freddy Krueger's mom. She'll be there. DK and the Beast Horror Buzz.
Yes.
She said hi to everybody as well. We try to keep it fun. Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, you just showed that. That is so awesome.
I think we're gonna have a couple of decapitated there, right, Adrienne?
Yes. Oh yes, and Brandon did answer me on that. I need to look back through to remember what he said, Joe, but I think Brandon said yes on that, the severed head thing. Okay. So I will definitely get back with you on that because I think that we're good to go. But I definitely need to get into some, I don't want to say it. Brandon is working on a really cool photo op. It's a group photo op with one of the franchise reunions, and he has enlisted Joe to see if he can bring a severed head for the photo op. So as soon as I'm able to nail down the details with Brandon, we will get I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole or your little mirror on a stick. I'm not touching that one. But yeah, let's see, what else can we talk about?
Well, somebody asked what we got even more planned for the Doomsday's Crypt table. We got even more announcements coming. Like, I don't know when it's coming, but we do have some really cool stuff that I think people are going to really enjoy. And one of the things that I love to do is see smiles on the fans. And that's why I love about Joe's excitement. And it's like, all right, how can we go even bigger? We got something even bigger coming, and it's going to be even, I mean, between the upcoming announcement about what we're doing at Doomsday's Crypt along with Joe, it's really, really exciting. I think people are really going to enjoy this area, and we got some really, really great plans with some talented artists and mask makers and all this other stuff, along with Joe and all the stuff he's doing. It's going to be, I've always tried to put on a really cool table. Last year, I was lucky to be joined by the Alien Warrior Carl Toop, the Xenomorph from 1986 Aliens. I'm actually going to see him the weekend before. He'll be sitting with me at Missouri Horror Con, so it'll be good to hang out with him. Jeanette Goldstein will be there along with Michael Bean. So that's really exciting. Lisa Wilcox will be there as well. So I'll see her 2 weeks in a row, and a few other guys as well. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I'm really excited about this upcoming announcement that we're, part of with Scarefest in the Doomsday's Crypt table. That I think, Joe's already amazing. You just go Joe right there, and so excited for it, and to have the opportunity to do even more. And
I don't know how you're going to fit everything in your booth.
I got a plan.
I'm sure you do. But,
I got a plan. I will handle it.
So people wanted a hint, and what I will say is you are going to learn more about what's going on at Doomsday's Crypt's booth at Scarefest tomorrow during Scarefest TV. That should be a really obvious hint for the people who, watch us every week and know what we do on Scarefest TV, particularly around the 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be great. We couldn't let a vendor booth on Stars Row without putting a star or two in it,
And there are some hints. You'll know at the probably tomorrow night, but there are hints in this.
There's hints about it.
There's hints. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited for Scarefest TV tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good episode, and it's really funny because I have. One of the things that I really enjoy doing, and I think they love it too, I don't know if I have just abused the Scare fam to the point where like they have Stockholm syndrome, maybe, I don't know. But one of the things I love to do is to just create confusion and emotionally terrorize them. And recently, I told everybody that we had one more guest announcement. I might have forgotten a couple of people, so we might have a couple more guest announcements than I originally thought happening.
Give me
now.
more.
Yeah.
You know, our cup never run us over at Scarefest. I know the fans love it. You can never put too much in that cup.
No, it is it's a bottomless cup.
If someone's covered like in blood, will there be a place I can take them and like rinse them down a little bit there?
And hose them off?
Yeah, just a little bit. Like, you know, will I be able to walk them into the restroom with like a baby pool, like a kiddie pool, and like put the water on them to rinse them down?
Put a splash pad outside for you. We're just gonna walk you over to Triangle Park.
Well, or just
There's
put me
a whole row of fountains out there.
Okay, sure.
But that's what I was starting to say earlier. Now, one thing, and this is I'm totally serious. We absolutely have to plastic your room, because what happened last year with the Scout and Danielle bloody photo ops, they had they put blood on people, and we had, you know, the drop cloth, the painter's tarp down, but people walked through the blood and they tracked it onto the carpet, and we got a $3,000 steam cleaning bill.
Well, here's the part that you're gonna love. That will not be necessary, because I have my own blood formula that does not drip off the body. I put it on them and it stays there, and then it dries into the touch where it doesn't smear.
I thought I loved you before, but you're giving me the vapors now. Let's talk about this. You're definitely going to have to teach some of our people, you know, what to do with these bodily fluids, because they just don't know.
They don't know. Yeah, no, they don't know. There's so many advances in blood, and I have like so many different formulas. But yeah, no, I have something that I use at conventions that won't drip and this kind of thing.
That's awesome.
I mean, even though I do love pouring blood all over people, but only when it's safe and I get the green light. And it's fun for everyone involved. Yeah,
that's awesome. But with consent, of course.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, oh my gosh, I've kept you guys for an hour, and it feels like I could talk to you all night. It feels like 5 minutes. So, is there anything? I wanted to ask. When they were asking about you all selling stuff, Joe, are you going to be bringing things that people can purchase that directly relate to special effects? Do you have kits or products that you sell, or what are you going to be bringing?
I know that we're going to be bringing Terror Tunes merchandise, and and this will be stuff that you can only get from us. But it'll be the quadrilogy, and there'll be shirts and this sort of thing that I'll be bringing from the franchise that me and my husband Steven Escobar have had for over 25 years now.
Awesome.
So it's going to be great. It's going to be some really fun stuff.
Very cool. Okay, cool. We will definitely be checking that out. What else do we want to talk about, John?
I don't know. I'm excited now about Scarefest TV tomorrow. I mean, there's so much that we could, like you said, we could sit here and talk for hours about so much that you guys got going on at Scarefest, because just the guests alone, along with the vendors, it's like walking through. You're never gonna. If you say you're bored at Scarefest, then you're just not looking, because there's always something to do. There's no way to, not get, there's nothing more to do. There's always something to do before the event, after hours. You guys are always planning fun adventures, fun things, the karaoke and all that other stuff that you guys do.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you're doing the bedtime stories. That was a lot of fun with Beatrice and Felissa. I know you and Beatrice have something planned. I'm not sure if it's yoga.
Yeah. So yes, we're gonna do stretch with Mama Kruger. So we're gonna do yoga with Beatrice on Sunday morning, and we have events starting at 5:00 on Thursday, and we are going to go until like 10 o'clock on Sunday night. So, we're really pushing the envelope on things that we do like after hours. There's stuff to do every night. There's paid events every night. There's free. Definitely. I'm buying. I don't know what he's buying, but we're probably Joe's Terror Tunes. That's probably what he's talking about.
Joe's got a super fan in Brandon. I love it though. I love it.
But yeah, so we're not gonna do bedtime stories this year, but I am working on, and it's kind of gotten like pushed down my to-do list. My to-do list stays at a page and a half. It's like baby rabbits, you know. It's like doing dishes. You're always gonna do dishes. It never ends. It's bottomless tasks on the to-do list and not bottomless tacos. I don't know what went wrong with my life that this is my existence, but one of the things that I'm really excited about that I haven't talked about because there's so much to talk about is we are working with this awesome company this year called Survive the Night. And we met them at CreepyCon last year. They're bringing 2 interactive attractions to Scarefest. They're going to be on the 2nd floor, meeting room 5. They're bringing an escape room called Chained, where I don't want to like say too much, but in the escape room, there's a zombie in there and it's chained. And as the timer goes, the chain gets extended so it can get you. If the time runs out, you get eaten by the zombie. So, you know, there's a little bit of incentive to finish this escape room.
Unless you want to be eaten by a zombie.
Well, that's true. I'm not kink shaming. Definitely, you know, sorry guys, if you want to get eaten by a zombie, this is your jam. It's where you want to be. The other interaction that they're bringing is called Dead Alley, and it's like a virtual shooter game with, you know, screens and light effects, and you're in this dark alley. But it's not just on screens. They're actual zombies, and you have a laser tag gun, and they've got the sensors like on them. They've got like them on their head. They've got them. They're wearing them, and they're coming at you, and you have to defend yourself against the onslaught of this horde. And both of these games are going to be open at Scarefest all weekend. They're really cool, and I'm trying to figure out how to get some of our guests down there to play some of the games with fans. It would be like Friday and Saturday night, but I'm trying to figure out how to schedule it so that it doesn't interfere with like the Warrens Museum. They're bringing the Annabelle doll, and they're going to be doing an after hours paranormal investigation. So we don't want to be like screaming and shooting zombies while they're trying to do like the sensory deprivation Estes method spirit box that they're going to be doing. But I am still working on it. I worked on it today. I'm going to reach out to some of our guests. I definitely have a few that I think would really enjoy, you know, doing the escape room with people, but that's something I'm really looking forward to. And I hope that I can pull it off.
You said shooting zombies, and I watched Joe's eyes just go. Zombie? I know Joe's a big zombies fan because he was.
Everybody loves zombies. Come on, who doesn't love a good zombie?
Yeah,
I mean, good or bad movie, everybody loves zombies. Come on.
Well, and that's another thing, you know, I didn't even touch on, which I'm sure you've thought of this. I'm sure people in the chat have thought of this. I just didn't really make the connection. But, you know, another really huge aspect in the horror community are the haunters, right? People that do haunted houses. They are, you know, either running a haunted house or they're working in a haunted house, and those people are extraordinarily interested in special effects, makeup, you know, all of these things. And because Scarefest is in October now, it is very difficult for the haunters that are not directly around us to make it in for the show, because, you know, they're busting their ass, they're scaring people. And so that is one of the things I'm really looking forward to with Spawn and having a show in June, is we'll be able to bring in, you know, a lot of the folks from the haunting community to come in. And so maybe we can think of some cool, you know, special effects that they can apply in their trade.
Yeah,
you know, Tom Savini is at Scarefest as well, Horror Film Fanatics. So you got
yeah.
Joe Castro there. You got Tom Savini
Tom's
there.
gonna be there. Oh wow, that's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom will be there. And
Tom
I
has been one of
think
my mentors since I was 12 years old.
that's
Back in
awesome.
back in 1982, if your name was listed in the white pages of the phone book, then you could access anybody's number. Like if your number was listed, anybody could get it. And
Yeah.
Tom's phone number was listed in the white pages in Pittsburgh. So when I was 12 years old, I literally called the information number to Pittsburgh. You know, it was like the area code of Pittsburgh. I think it's 555-141-111 or something like that. I don't know what it was. And then I said, "Can I get the number to Tom Savini?" And then they just gave me his home phone number, and I used to be able to call him on the phone. Say, "Hey Tom, my name is Joey Castro, and I live in Helotes, Texas, and I love your movies. And can you talk to me about making blood?" And he would talk to me about how the blood formula, and he actually over the phone taught me how to use a chemical fire extinguisher. And he was always such a gentleman and so kind to me. And that's one of the reasons I like to talk with fans and relay information to them.
And look where you are now.
That is awesome.
That is cool as hell. That's really cool.
And
I got to get a picture of you two together. That's
that'd be awesome. That would be so great.
With the earpiece there, it's got to happen.
And I need to go and look and see because you're doing so many things over the weekend. 12 to 1 on Sunday. What are you doing 12 to 1 on Sunday?
I don't know. Do I have something?
Whatever Adrienne needs him to do, I guess.
So, okay. I might have to move some things right now. We've got your advanced makeup prosthetics class goes until 1 o'clock on Sunday. I'm going to look and see if we can move a couple of these things around before we release the panel schedule, because right now I tentatively have Tom Savini from 12 to 1. He is going to be bringing, I don't want that to overlap with your stuff, because I think a lot of the people that are going to want to come to your class are also going to want to check this out, because Tom is going to bring some of his pieces from his home studio and bring them down and talk about them.
Oh, I kind of want to be there just to see that alone.
That's what I was going to say. So
I said, I know Rob is running the classes, and and I will definitely be there as backup and support. And but it would be great. Yeah, it would be great to see that. Yeah. Sure.
Where'd Joe go? He's with Tom Savini.
Right. So I definitely want to make sure that we get that panel scooted down so that there's not an overlap there, because I think that, if people get done with the class and then as soon as the class is wrapped and then like, hey, let's go and listen to Tom Savini talk about his stuff. That would be really cool. So I'm going to scoot some things around on that. But yeah. Awesome.
That's kind of a nice back-to-back for the fans right there.
I think so.
I think it's awesome.
It's another challenge, though. It's like the most stressful game of Tetris that you can imagine, trying to piece all of these things together in a way that there's always something cool going on, but trying not to overlap, as much as possible. And it's impossible because there is so much happening, but definitely there are some things that we don't want to cross the streams on, and this is one of them.
I'm excited. I think this is going to be an amazing weekend. I'm real excited to meet Joe in person. I've been a fan of his as well for so long that once I saw his work, I'm like, man, this guy is awesome. And to bring Joe and sit at the table to meet all the fans, and anybody who doesn't know Joe, they're going to know him by the time Scarefest is over. You're going to
I agree.
Have a whole new, I think it's such a huge thing for Doomsday's Krypt, and it's a huge honor for me to have Joe sitting with me, and I'm incredibly excited for the fans to meet him, and his excitement building up to it, like I said before, it's got me even more amped, and I love getting amped up, and I'm looking forward to his interaction with the fans and all the stuff he's got planned. I almost just want to take a seat and just sit to the side and let Joe do his thing, because I think it's awesome. And I can't thank you, Adrienne, Brandon, Nicole, Wes, the whole Scarefest family and team. You guys have been so amazing to me. And it's a complete honor. And anything I can ever do for Scarefest, I'm always happy to do. And I think this year's going to be a lot of fun. This year's going to be
It
I mean,
is.
it's always awesome. It's always so much fun. But I'm really, really excited about this year. Really excited, and I'm excited to see all the fans and all the people coming in and checking out all my friends that are vendors that go
Yeah.
too, and tattoo artists. So much fun to be had. I can't believe how quick it's coming, which is crazy. I know, but there's no avoiding it now, Adrienne. We've had this talk in the past. Usually, like if I mention anything 3-4 months before, we're getting there. But I know you guys will be ready. You guys are always ready, or as close to ready as possible, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great weekend. Robert Anglin. Oh, well, also the next guest I plan on bringing on, or one of the next guests, will be Michael Bailey Smith. Sit down and talk to him, Super Freddie. So I'll schedule that. See if you can make it as well, Adrienne. If Joe, if you want to join us, if Brandon wants to join us, we're more than welcome to do another one of these streams and really talk to fans and maybe touch on some things that you don't get a chance to on Scarefest TV because it gets so busy and hectic. But I'm always happy.
I literally have 4 more features on my plate before the convention. And I'm working on 2 of them tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing VFX one, and I'm I got to jump. I'm doing a full upper body life cast tomorrow morning for something that's shooting next Wednesday, and I have to build a full cadaver makeup for the kill as well for something. So I got. And then I'm working with John right now, trying to get the exact thing down to real specific about what we're going to be doing at the table and what I'm going to be doing in the class.
Love it.
I'm going to be bringing like literally 3 suitcases worth of tools and chemicals and stuff to the convention to really create a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So,
Joe, once like once you have a rough idea of, because I know we've talked about some of the things you're going to do. Let me know. And
I'm going to put together like a little mock design of what it is I'm going to build, and probably like I'll get a picture of Adam from John, and I'll kind of do like a little mock design so you can really know what's going to happen. It's going to be intense. It's going to be crazy, and it's not going to be a face makeup. It's going to be like a full upper body makeup creation thing. It's going to be something, hopefully something that you don't get to see every day. Super special. Something super special.
I see the contents of my living room every day, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what you create, because now I will say that it's not that there's a lack of excitement around here. Today I was viciously attacked in my own home going to get a Dr. Pepper, which should be safe, which should be sacred. I reached in to get a Dr. Pepper, and there was a slug in there, and he was on my finger, and I was like, ah, and I flung him, and he smacked the wall, and he stuck to the wall, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And so I got him off the wall, and then he bit me, which I guess I deserved. But
you don't mess with this lady's Dr. Pepper.
I know. So I just want you all to know that if I seem a little not like myself for the next few days, it was really traumatic. I don't know how I'll recover, but no, I am really excited to see what you are cooking up for Scarefest. And as soon as you know a little bit, we'll promote it. We'll let people know so they can kind of plan to stop by and see your progress.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And let's let these people go to bed because it's midnight.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Adrienne. Thank you, chat. And we'll see you soon. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Good night.